Cheltenham Festival 2025, day 4 tips. Today I'm joined with Joe Norris. Joe, let's get straight into it.
Come on.
Come on. In the first race, who
We're
you
going head
fancying?
to head.
Yes, let's do it.
I'm all over Lamba for Nicky
Good.
Henderson. Now, I think he's got so much potential. Like he just the way he won at Ascot, like it was away from the last that I was most impressed with. How he just had to shake him up and it was over.
Yeah.
Now I know Mondo Man has been beaten a couple of times since. People start crabbing the form. Oh, the form's no good. I think that Mondo Man is a good horse, and I think Josh Moore got interviewed even after he got beat last time, and he said, "I promise you, this is a good horse. Like he will come good." So I think that form's pretty good. Obviously, the third Vianney for Harry Durham's won since, so that's been franked in some respects. So I wouldn't worry too much about that anyway. Like the Lamba still looked really raw to me through that race, and it still won easily. I can't see this beat. I mean, visually, East India Dock has been impressive, right? It's done nothing wrong. It's put up some big figures, like speed figures and all that, but it's not really had a proper race.
Joe.
It's not had anything come up to it and eyeball it.
The issue is, right, time, right, a good horse can win a race against bad opposition in a good time. A bad horse can beat bad horses but can't do it in a good time.
Disagree.
What, you think a bad horse can do it in a good time?
It can do a better time than if it was against good horses. It's like if you're gonna do it's probably a bad example to it. If you're gonna have a sprint race,
yeah,
right, and you're not as nervous because you're against lesser opposition, so you get away quicker, and then you're always in your comfort zone. You're never under pressure to try and go faster, so you're in a nice rhythm, and you just cruise through the race. That's what he's done. A
bad horse can't do a good time.
Huh?
A bad horse can't do a good time.
I get what you're saying. It can't do a serious. Like if we had a sprint, you can only run so fast. You're not going to.
You can only run as fast as what you can run.
I agree with that. But...
So in my opinion, East India Rock, yes, you could say he's not beaten much, but he's done it in a good time. Yeah. Much better than the Lamba. I can't touch the Lamba. I'm not bothered what the jockey's saying. Oh, he's a good horse that got beat. Yeah, that horse has not been franked. I know the third horse came and won, but the second horse got beat again. And for the jockey to come out and say, "Oh, it's still a good horse," it's not a good horse.
Honestly, I think East India Dock is one of the lays of the festival.
No chance.
I really do. Like.
Right, well, what are we doing then? I'm having East India Dock, you've got the Lamba. Like, what we betting on this?
What's the forfeit?
I'm having East India Dock to beat La Lamba. Forget the rest of the race.
All right, yeah.
What's the
so they can be tailed off, but as long as they're Lamba, just
I can be second last. As long as you're last, then I'm not bothered.
I mean, La Lamba will be first, and East India Dock will be third or fourth, I reckon.
Nah, no chance.
La Lamba, right? They're two completely different horses. You've got a horse that's come over from France that is just full of potential. Like La Lamba could be a horse that's around for years to come.
Yeah,
could be a horse. It could.
I'm not bothered if he's here for the next 10 years. He doesn't win the first race.
He could be a champion hurdler, right? La Lamba.
Yeah. Could be next year.
He could go on and win the Arkle. He could go on and win the Champion Chase.
But he won't beat East India Rock on Friday.
East India Dock has come off the flat, right?
Yeah.
He could barely win on the flat. Like, I remember him on the flat. How many times did he get beat as favourite on the flat? And then it was only when he went to Goodwood, I think they upped him in trip, and then he got his head in front and realised, I can actually win a race.
Yeah.
And now, because he's come over hurdles and he's won these 3 races impressively, beating. I wouldn't say.
Let the viewers decide on the comments what the forfeit needs to be. There has to be a forfeit when you're wrong and East India Dock beats La Lamba. Yeah. And we're going to let the viewers decide on what that will be. Anyway, let's jump to the second race. I'm on East India Dock, you're on the Lamba. I like the fact that we not agreeing because there's a few other races we've been agreeing on. But I want the viewers to decide on what you need to do as a forfeit when you get beat on Friday morning. You're going to be in the pub with all the lads. It's got to be. You've got to dress up or something. Yeah. Country hurdle, the second race. Have you got any strong opinions?
I think I'm gonna. I backed Absurd last year, and I think I'm gonna go in with him again to repeat the feat. Now he's only 6-1, which does seem a bit short.
Yeah.
But if you remember, he beat Load of Sud that day.
Yeah.
And he cut through the field, like, so impressive.
Yeah.
He's only run 3 times since, and he actually ran in the Melbourne Cup when we last saw him in November. Finished. He only got beat 2 lengths. I mean, that shows you how much class this horse has got. Yeah. That he can finish 5th in the Melbourne Cup. So yeah, I think they probably had it in mind for him to come back for this. So I think he's a good bet around 6-1. The one I'm fearful of is the McManus horse, McGlory.
Yeah.
It won at the DRF last time and was quite impressive as well. Beat Storm Heart. And it got backed off the balls, I remember as well. So that is probably... To be honest, I could end up backing both of them because they're 6-1 and 7-1. So I could end up backing both against the field.
I'm in the camp at Lark in the morning. We backed him last year and he won, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I remember that. He drifted, didn't he, last year?
Yeah, drifted big time. Yeah, but I'm in the camp at Lark in the morning. 8-1, I think is a good price. But the next race, the Mares Chase. You're normally good in this.
Yeah.
What, Dino Blue, Allegra Divasse, like who are you in the camp of here?
Dino Blue's too short.
Yeah.
I've seen this tipped up everywhere and anywhere on all these podcasts and previews and everything, and I'm struggling to see why this is this price.
Yeah.
It's been beat at the festival last 2 years running.
Yeah.
Obviously ran good races on both occasions, but I think something will beat it in here, and I'm hoping Only by Night goes for this race because I think that will be a massive danger to it.
Yeah.
She's unbeaten since going chasing. So we don't know, she's got untapped potential. She is entered in the Arkle still as well.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't surprise me if she went for that as well. Because I think she could be like the each way bet behind Margeborough for the Arkle. She's around 12-1 for that.
Yeah.
So again, it's going to be a race that I'll have to reassess closer to the time. I did Bioluminescence as well for this, but then she got beat by Spindleberry, and she looked quite slow to me that day.
Yeah.
So I think she'll be back if she takes her chance, because obviously this is coming quite soon enough. She'd be a danger definitely, but I'd worry is she quick enough to win it?
I just think, do you know what? I agree with what you were saying about Dino Blue. Thinking I need to try and get him beat, and I've been through the form left, right, and centre, and I just can't get a beat. That's my only issue. Like, I don't think Allegra is going to beat her.
No, I don't. I think she's a bit soft.
I just feel like I don't know which one. Like, Only by Night still, I know he's unbeaten. He's a great horse and all the rest of it. He's still got quite a lot to prove on if it was a handicap race. And I just feel like Dino Blue's got quite a lot up his sleeve with regards to the weights and stuff. That he probably is a worthy 13-8 favourite. And I think he'd be odds on if he'd won in the last 2 years.
I honestly think this is a deeper race than the betting's making out. Because you look down the list, you got even Telepathic is 12-1.
Yeah.
Right? She has been really progressive. She beat Bryce Hill, who's also in this race last time.
Yeah.
I mean, she's won 4 from 5 since going chasing.
Yeah.
She could be a danger. She's 12-1. Bryce Hill could be a danger. She's 14-1. You got bioluminescence. You got only by night.
You're saying that though.
There's a lot of dangers to something. I don't think the favourite should be 5-4.
But you're saying that, but like £19 they've got to find.
Yeah,
so
they're unexposed though, aren't they? Like
but they've still got a lot. They've still got to prove it. They've still got to find a stone and a half.
Yeah, but I think Dino Blue's overrated anyway. I don't think she deserves.
Is this another forfeit?
Oh,
I'm on Dino Blue.
Here we go.
Come on, which one beats Dino Blue? Then I'm in the Dino Blue camp.
Dino Blue beat Allegri Devassi and Neck last time.
Yeah.
Yet Dino Blue's 5-4, Allegri Devassi's 5-1.
Yeah.
Like, she is not bomb-proof. She is beatable all day.
She's defo beatable. I just can't find one that beats her. So if I can't find one that beats her,
this is where you've got to look at it. Like we've both sat on this, right? And we've said fact to file 15-8. What a price! Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But something's telling you Dino Blue's too short, but you still want to back her. Because
I'd sooner back a 13-8 winner than a 10-1 loser.
Yeah, but I think the way you're good at reading races, and something's telling you she's too short.
But then again, I know, initially, but then when I look at everything else, and I'm like, nobody else, someone's going to have to put not just a personal best, but a ridiculous, apart from Allegri Devassi, right? And I think Dino Blue beats Allegri Devassi. The rest of them have got to find at least a stone. And I think to find at least, that means Dino Blue can make 2 mistakes and still win the race.
No chance. Only by night will win this. Will win this if she jumps well. If she jumps well.
Nah.
She will.
Dino Blue beats only by night. Another one. Comments. What's the forfeit for Joe when he gets 2 wrong on the day? I want to know it. Anyway, Albert Bartler. This is, do you know what? This is another race where it's like we don't even know who's running. Like, is Final Demand going to run in this? Is Yellow Clay going to run in this?
Let's just give our opinions on the horses. So, we both rate Final Demand highly. If Final Demand comes to this race, I think we're both going to be backing it.
100%.
Right? If Final Demand goes for the shorter race, if the Yellow Clay came here, I'd be all over it. But they've pretty much confirmed that's going for the shorter race.
I think Final Demand. I think Final Demand runs in this race. I think they pull it out. Go for the longer distance. I think Yellow Clay goes for the Turners.
Do you know what? I would absolutely love that because I want to back the Yellow Clay.
Yeah.
For the shorter race, I really do.
I think Yellow Clay wins on in the Turners, and then I think Final Demand wins this race.
It makes sense because he's got such a big stride, doesn't he? He looks a strong player. And the ground's drying out.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Like it won't be a given because the Big Westerner is a good horse. It is a good horse. And obviously Jasmine DeVoe, if that can jump better, that could have a chance because we know it's got an engine.
Yeah,
and even Wingman, you wouldn't rule out either. You look at his form is strong.
I think Final Demand wins if he runs.
I agree.
So next race, Gold Cup. I'm presuming we've got 5 out of 5 up going on to our ACCA, 66-1 ACCA. If no one's seen it, check out the other video. All going on galloping. Like, do you see him getting beat?
No, I don't see him getting beat. The only thing I'm going to say is this could really cut up, right? And it might not even have 8 runners. So if you have an each way bet now, you're going to get the 3 places. And that's exactly what I've done. I've backed Monty Star each way. Yeah. He's actually 14-1, pardon me, with William Hill. He wasn't 14-1 the other day when I backed him. He was 12-1 best. Yeah. So 14-1, I think as an each way bet, I think it's worth having because at the end of the day, it's still a Gold Cup. They've still got to jump round. It's still a grueling race. Like, no horse wins the Gold Cup easy, do they? So I think it's
I think Galloping does this year.
No, yeah, I think he does, but I still think it's good advice to have a stab at an each way at 12-1.
Yeah. I think Galloping wins. I think Banbridge comes second. I think Monty Star comes third.
Banbridge, Banbridge obviously won the King George, will love the good ground, but I don't know if he'll truly stay this trip. Do you think he'll see it out?
I think he will do on good ground, yeah.
That is the big factor in it. Like when the ground is quicker, everything's easier.
Yeah.
So yeah, you might be right, but I'll probably look at the without favourite market.
Yeah.
And probably have another bet as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if we're even going to get 8 runners. I think they're going to be.
My head and my heart both says Galloping. Like I want Galloping. I think he's one of the best.
Oh,
the best ever.
It'd be amazing, wouldn't it, to see him do it?
Yeah. It'd be unbelievable.
Especially if our 66-1 ACCA is.
Oh yes. Yeah, for sure. So what about the Hunters Chase in the next one?
Yeah, so the Hunters Chase, again, a lot like the cross country, a lot like the bumper. This is the bottom 3 races for the whole week for me.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, again, I like watching it. I think it's quite a fun race to watch. I know down the years, like Bill Away, when he looked beaten, he come back. It's been a good race to watch. But again, I just wouldn't have a strong opinion. Now, It's on the Line is such a lazy horse, isn't it?
Yeah.
It hits like flat spots galore and then run. You never know when it's beat. Obviously, last year it got beat 3/4 of a length by that Sin Nomin. And I backed It's on the Line last year, so it was quite a tough race to watch that. So I wouldn't have a strong opinion. I mean, the one I've sort of actually followed this season is that Shearer.
Yeah.
For Nichols, so I might have a little each way bet on him because he's been quite impressive.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think?
I think that It's on the Line on the good ground won't be able to get away with running in patches.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I think Angel's Dawn is quite a strong bet. I think you can get 4-1 or 7-2. I think it's 100-30 in some areas, but I think Angel's Dawn's a pretty good bet. I don't think It's on. I think It's on the Line is a good lay if it's good ground. You just
but
can't.
Again, like Hunter Chase. Obviously, they're normally older horses, aren't they? Like and I do tend to try and look for the younger legs. I don't know why. It's just that's just how I sort of play it.
Yeah.
And Shearer is a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
Whereas Angel's Dawn is a 10-year-old. I'm pretty sure. It's on the Line. It's still an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
So, I think it's
I don't mind the age. I don't like if as long as they're not been overly run. Do you know what I mean? If they've been lightly raced, it's fine.
Yeah.
But in the last, the Martin Pipe and the Caperdal, again, it's one of those. Kopek de Mays been tripledly entered. Modnor unbeaten for Gordon Elliott. Like
I think it's an absolute certainty for this.
Who?
Kopek de May.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're coming here.
Yeah.
I know he's still entered in 2 or 3 of them, but I think they're going to come here. I think 2.5 miles will suit him perfect, and I think he's got tons in hand on these.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's still tons and tons of runners in here, so we don't know who's going to come in, who's not.
Yeah.
But I think this could be a case of it's 3-1 now. I think it could go off like 7-4. This.
Yeah.
The Martin Pipe is one of the most bet on races in the entire year.
It's because everyone's been losing or been winning, and they all just want to lump on. They're all at the pub.
Lucky last, come on.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. I'd rather back it. It sounds ridiculous because it's a competitive handicap.
Yeah.
You'd rather take 3-1 now than if you have a bad day on the Friday and then it's like 13-8, 7-4.
Yeah. It's one of them though. If it's not, if a few of the favourites don't go in on the Friday, the bookies will be laying. Do you know what I mean? So you might get 4-1, 9-2, stuff like that. But yeah, Kopek de May is like one of the standout horses of the meeting. It's where he's going to be running, and obviously he's been tipped up to be running in this race, and therefore
it reminds me of Gaelic Warrior when that got punted. It should have won that race, shouldn't it? It got beat a neck. Last year you had the McManus. I know the way you're thinking.
Yeah,
got absolutely hammered.
landed the gamble.
Yeah.
I think this is this year's version of them, really.
Yeah. I can't really argue with you on it, to be fair. I don't like doing a 3-1 in a big handicap, but
yeah,
I think he's going to be cut above. So
yeah.
Let us know anyway, anyone who's watching this, what your day 4 tips, who your strong fancies are. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what Joe twice is going to have to do a forfeit. Let us know what both forfeits need to be for his daft selections on Friday.
Nothing too harsh.
I want to know what he needs to do as a forfeit for me winning all the races on day 4 of Cheltenham Festival 2025. Joe, have you got anything to finish it off with?
No, not really. Just make sure you go and check out our 66-1 ACCA.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure you check out the link in the description. We've got a 66-1 ACCA on day number 4. You'll see galloping to get us going, get us the final leg in.
Yeah.
Cheers,
I don't want anyone to accuse us of after timing. That's why I'm repeatedly mentioning it.
Yeah, for sure. Right, anyone. Cheers, guys.